Are you at home? Did you bring me some pants? Let's go to the hospital right now. Yes. Or let me send it to you. I have a bit of a stomach ache. Now I just want to lie down. When you have a stomach ache, it's not like you're crippled or legless. I can't walk without my hands. Don't do it. Bad at playing tricks quickly. Up after saying these words, Justin immediately hanging up the phone. I sighed and looked up at the ceiling. Then tilted his head back to look at the light. The scene outside the weather window today. Not good. Cold air coming in causes the temperature to drop further. Raindrops fall continuously, making the cold price increase even more. More that I when faced with type. This low temperature despite wearing thick and warm clothes. But still can't avoid the pain. The whole body feels steady every time you lift your legs. It's like going into hundreds of thousands of places. The lobby is so difficult and miserable. This is the first time we've been married for more than a year. First Justin called me to the hospital. That he's working on says straight out if it's not because of an emergency. I wouldn't have this chance either. Of course I don't care. Go there at all, I only worry if you don't do exactly what he says. When he returns, we will. There was an argument and he hit me again. Justin is a gym goer so he's very healthy. I was beaten 2 months ago last time. If that's the case then your bones won't be damaged. I'm sorry but my skin hurts so much. Must try our best to behave better to less. Having to endure this violence is always the same. Tell me to get married by choosing to live together. Disaster is entirely voluntary so it is impossible. Blame people. Another way is to drive for a while to get sick. The hospital where Justin worked when I arrived. Every time I called Justin, he didn't answer the phone. He also wouldn't let me in so the only thing left to do is wait under the weather. In the cold rain. The security guard saw me like that. I also had the courtesy to come over and ask. However, I could only shake helplessly. He smiled and said thank you to my husband. Consider me a thorn in the side. Something for him to feel embarrassed in. Hide it so if I intentionally export. Now things are going to get really bad. Waiting for a while, I saw someone. Justin walked out of the hospital. He didn't. Tall and strong figure was born with it. Ferocious appearance even in sight. I don't have any expression which shows that I'm very lacking. Persistent. Taking the ticket, he frowned and asked. I can't find any. Over there. The laundry hasn't dried yet. I don't see anyone. Wearing a vest without the tie is a no-brainer. After all, there's nothing in there. I was about to argue but thought better of it. Thinking about it, I also have neck tendons. There's no way you can argue with him. Think for a moment and decide for yourself. I decided to quietly turn around and go get the car back. Justin sighed. He was even more motivated to shout. My face went home and got my tie here. Don't let me lose face actually. I'm not an easy person. Submissive at all. I stopped filming. Someone accidentally saw a shadow of a person wearing blue on the 4th floor of the hospital behind me was worn by that person. My mask is nearsighted so I can't see. I clearly don't know whose eyes are falling. I got down and told Justin if you don't want to go or not. If you have a tie. Don't wear a tie if you have one. What's the big deal today? The city director came to check on me. Receptionist responsibilities do not wear a tie. You want to turn me into a fool. That's different. Ah choo, I finished a match. Justin looked at the field. The lake in his hand, lowered his voice to a sweet and light tone. Go home quickly. There's only half an hour left. Otherwise I won't be able to make it in time. I rolled my eyes. It takes more than half an hour to get home. I'll tell you how you want me to go. Let's deal with it. Having said that, I turned around and left. Justin was so angry that his throat was choking. There's nothing we can do because it's a disease. The hospital can only scold me in the end. A few sentences and then angrily turned around and left. In the evening when he arrived home. It was past 11 p.m. I was dreaming at that time. The resting membrane feels stimulated by light. I like it so much that I have to open it and open my eyes. A huge hand slapped him directly in the face. I was startled and I cringed. My skin hurt. To the point of burning. Justin drank too much smell. He was so drunk that he kept cursing. I bitch only have to bring clothes. Even if I don't do it, it won't be done. You and your children are dead. Bone sex on the street and now again. I still want to eat ice porridge with me. Words of intimidation and insults. This is a common story I hear a lot. I've become used to it. It's just something that happens. I don't want that right now. Serve him because today I'm tired and I think if I just stay here, I'm going to fight anyway. So I want to go out to let both of you have some quiet. At least overnight he woke up. If so, we can sit tomorrow. Talk. It's just that things aren't entirely easy. At any rate he staggered forward. I make small dolls by hand. On the wall shelf fell down including one. Stuffed bunny. This bunny is not a normal rabbit in my eyes. The rabbit is a camera I secretly installed. From before this the rabbit's eyes were facing Justin's side. Justin is getting closer and closer. I wanted to get out of bed but he also got on the bed and grabbed me. I couldn't help it. Cried out sadly but there was no change. What's in the palm of his hand right now? Like a vice grip on the wrist. Mine makes me unable to move him. We rely on the power difference being too great between you and me to hold me down. Raped, beaten, tortured me until I was tired so I lay down on the side. Breathing heavily. He fell asleep. Less than a minute later the sound of snoring rang out. All around I picked up clothes and put them on. The whole body was numb and painful. Suddenly let out a cold gasp. My eyes were stinging. I stared at my face. Justin put his hand on his nose and pushed the oil. He just needs to pinch continuously. Mouth again. He might die either. Give him sleeping pills or take one. Knife or a hairpin. It's okay. Just if you can get the job done. I did this a long time ago. It must be that today revenge is the goal. My goal since the day I married him. If I kill him I won't escape. The law must bury this with him. For him it's too cheap basically. Not worth the price. I wouldn't do that. The goal I want to achieve is peace. There's nothing left for him and his whole family. We will be cancelled. Van picked up the pink rabbit under the bed. Bed up and put it back in place. Now, I just walked into the bathroom and turned on the faucet. Lotus flowers submerge clothes and people into the water. So strong that I can't breathe. I want to pay. Enemy. That's right. This is the decided path. Heart but so lonely I feel. I feel like I'm in an impossible deep sea. See sunlight from above. And below is the fearful darkness I point to. You can swim hard with your body numb. Mine comforts you little by little. The body must try really hard because there is only trying. Only then can I get revenge. Humans are crueler than animals. This is 2 years later after Justin left for work. After packing up my things, I took the bus. Toward the next pants then walk further. A period until standing before a route. The old body's new steps stopped and opened its doors. Retry's door had a jarring creak. La walked very heavily into the dark hallway. The damp smell slowly entered my nose. Slow go up the stairs towards the 3rd floor. The door is empty and has no decorations. This is my parents' house. Lost the house more than 15 years ago. According to people's mouth, this is a person haunted house. So even though she's selling bags, no matter how many times, no one noticed. Someone is coming to see the neighbor's house. Below, they gathered together to discuss all kinds of things about home. I look at people coming to see the house like looking. People fall into the final fire pit. Fuang was scared and didn't dare to spend money. I refused. That also gave up the idea of selling. It's my younger sister. I'm in college. Studying so I rarely go home to become a king. The house is full of dust because no one cleans me up. Heaving a helpless sigh as he stood in front of the government cabinet. At the west wall of the living room where hang portraits of my parents on the cabinet. There was only a small plate and a package of food. Old travel cigarette squatted down to open it. Next door. Open the small wooden door. I pulled out the aluminum box on top. Open it and put the new USB in. Only then did he turn around and pick up the broom to clean the house. I don't want to see pictures. My parents look. Too much makes it easier to think too much actually. I really wanted to ask them if they left the 2 sisters behind. How do they feel about us? Our current situation if. Time can come back if they leave. Go without such hesitation. No, but then it's all those. It's useless to imagine because they can't. No one can live again. And neither can the past. I can repeat and clean up everything I return. Go home at this time. The courier. The delivery asked me to sign for it. Which made me very confused. I can't think of a reason why there are people. I send you my life. Same simple as the royal bird. The bird's nest waits inside all day to be fed. The cage has no business getting out. Even credit cards don't have you. It's not like where does it come from? Continuously coming to make me unable. Out of curiosity, I finally couldn't help myself. If you can make it, tear it inside the bag. Is there a piece of paper and a magnetic card? Small square on a sheet of paper with a printed one. Question 9 AM House 4302. Building C2 Apartment Building. Below this sentence is also accompanied by a picture. The photo above shows a pair of long pants. Messy in a rolled-up belt. Like a black snake these pants. No special logo, just one piece. Plain gray casual pants, but me. Realized it was my husband Justin Crow's. A luxury apartment if I remember. If I'm not mistaken, Justin doesn't have a house. It's all here, or if there is, then I am too. I don't know if I just took off my shirt. Then this kind of thing is not the case. It must be a good thing for Cam Mac. Even though I don't want to go. It's the same. Like a constant urge today. Then I woke up very early and my whole body ached. Go to the location indicated when swiping. Chimpanzee elevator card. The sound of acceptance also caused the rock to fall. The weight on my chest was lowered. Luckily it's reliable. Otherwise, I would be so embarrassed to find my room. Slowly step inside now. No one has enough space to decorate. Also minimalist to the point of being minimalist. Furthermore, the wall color scheme is even. A dark and cold you-like feeling. As its owner is a decent person. Negative, however, I just skimmed over it. And objective assessment as well. There's no going into it because I know the item. The purpose of coming here is another matter. Must be to evaluate the nook and cranny of the house. This luxury room stands by the window. This looks at the room in the opposite court. I recognized the chair in the photo yesterday. The cross is still there but is placed in the direction. Other than that, the curtains are still half open and half closed. A few minutes later the curtains were opened and I was. Justin wore a gray-haired fall coat. Disheveled, squinting at the eastern sun. Then he turned around and said something. Person behind then turned and looked down. Downstairs there is a woman. She is wearing a see-through nightgown that completely hugs Dwang. His curvy Justin hugged her chin up. She went up and kissed her passionately, like maybe he was sent back to the famine of 1945. So looking at this scene I was bewildered. A moment later there were thousands of countless questions. Now Lai has sent me that letter. Lai helped me stand here to watch them. What is that person's purpose? So I don't know, I came here completely. Is out of curiosity, now think carefully. Praising myself and suddenly realizing everything. She was confused like a thick fog. Thinking of leaving I saw Justin laying hands onto her big, firm breasts. Squeeze and then leave the cell phone window. The movement kept returning to that scene of burning fields. Maybe it's a heavily encrypted movie. It's heavy and I can't enjoy it. I must say it's a huge compliment to him. Although it is too forced in terms of appearance, size and skill that he has. A pretty solid position his mother made. Leisurely work at the tax department takes news time and earn a pretty high salary. His is even more powerful than GM. Director of the Department of Natural Resources and Environment. As for Justine herself, the city is quite good. After graduating from university, my parents knew me, knows and has money to invest, so the economy is also very abundant. Otherwise, by mistake, he also has shares in Maria Hospital. Everything that happens before your eyes is like thorns. The sharp point stabbed straight into the pupil. However, it was not bleeding but enough to make my eyes hurt. When I reached the tree, I wasn't sure where I was standing. How long I'll be there. I only know when the curtain is there. No longer moving. I turned around. People leaving luxury apartments go down. Go downstairs to a cafe to sit. The coffee shop downstairs is also not available at this time. It was very crowded. I walked in and ordered a drink. First, I don't care about the price. 100.000 NA cup I ordered just for me. Love the name caramel. Macchiato coffee is very fragrant, just unexpected. 1 cup is so little. I'm thirsty. The level of almost drinking 1 cup in 4 or 5 sips despite the others. Standing there looking at myself like I was a creature. Strangely, after finishing my drink, I stood up and left. Go to the front desk again and order 4 more. Macchiato caramel. Staff wearing aprons. Black looked at me in surprise, then glanced at me. Around the table behind me and where I am sitting, and asking me, Miss, do you want 4? Is the mock caramel cup the same? Me. Nodding yes. Maybe seeing my mood. It's also stable, so I also took the barcode. Calculating. The polite girl regained her surprise. Suddenly smiled and said yes. Ordered 4 drinks. It's done very quickly and I drink it even faster. More like the 8 precepts eating fruit. Ginseng. I drank 4 cups of coffee later. That person wiped his mouth and was about to leave. It was just me. I didn't expect it when I walked out the door. And as a person I looked over in panic. Saw a tall man about over 30 years old. High came and put it in his pocket. Camel-colored jacket unbuttoned and wearing a sweatshirt. White-gray sweatpants. Clothing toy. It's baggy but not overwhelming. Drown out the beauty on the face wearing one. The more you look at the gold-rimmed glasses, the more you see them. I have a strong attraction to that person. Min Nhi was a bit surprised. No, indeed he is right, but I can't remember who he is. I smirked. Lips. Yes. I am Min Nhi and you are. The man turned around and pointed in the direction. Maria International Hospital. Said I'm Brandon, working at Maria International Hospital. So it's him. I know Brandon is one. The doctor is very good at this hospital. I once heard Justin say he was a spirit. The soul of the hospital, however he works at. I don't know which part. Hello doctor. Please ask my memory. Not so good, sorry, indeed it was me. I still don't remember where I saw him last time. I never joined anyway. Into your social exchange activities. Justin the first even wondered if I never met you before without you. How can I be so handsome? Can't remember your answer in advance. Brandon smiled, bright eyes toy. He wears glasses but his eyes are very sharp. Revealing wisdom that cannot be hidden. It's okay. Justin isn't coming with me. Miss. He's on a business trip. No, I don't know why, but I accidentally told the lie that Justin had. I think Brandon is with him every day. The day he definitely knew he wasn't going. Work, so I want to observe the chart. What are your results? You show. Let me see. A flash of surprise. So light that it's almost non-existent. Said softly, oh that's right, I almost forgot. After he finished talking, he smiled and said to me. Also no memory. Good, I immediately lost interest. Continue the game. Chat with men no matter how handsome they are. Isn't lying cute? It's not that they have a bad memory. It's that they want it so much. Cover for each other, so I definitely ended it. Dr. Brandon conversation otherwise. If there's anything else, I'll go first and finish talking. Also quickly step to the side of the road. Taking a taxi, there was also a couple of guys. A young girl came out of the apartment and saw me. If they intend to compete with you, they will not be happy. Said the car was because I called her from here and jumped here. How can I learn from such blatant robbery? No, I'm busy with you guys. The sound of the car behind is not loud either. Not angry, but enough to make them angry. I feel like I'm an intolerant person. The girl and the guy cannot be underestimated. The boy was stunned where I closed the car door. The driver keeps driving in front of the driver. The car went into gear and at this point I heard a couple. The other billionaire muttered curses at me, however. I don't really care. Just glanced. I glanced at them at the same time I glanced. Looked at Brandon standing at the coffee shop he left. Eyes away from me. A smile still blooming on her lips. Smiled lightly and opened the door to enter the coffee shop. What are you laughing at? What's so funny? Even though she is Justin's wife. I have to admit I really like these. The day he wasn't at home, then I was. You can freely do whatever you like while sleeping. Woke up late and were hungry, so I quickly grabbed instant noodles. See movies or simply get a few books. Go out and read the books on the shelf first. I've brought all the old ones with me since I got married. Or if you buy it, it's for yourself. Spend a lot of money to buy it and say he did. If it's not for me. That's the story. Absolutely never happened after. My parents passed away and I became young with T. Orphaned. Both were too young to live. Every little bit depends on the support of philanthropists and teachers in TR. Since graduating from high school for life. Difficult and had to continue studying. Middle school made it impossible for me to persevere in studying. Practiced, so when the leader sends home a notice at Tuyen University, I decided to throw it goes into a corner and rushes out to the outside of the sword. My initial job was as a domestic worker. A private garment factory a few months later. Thanks to knowing and relying on faces. I thought it was beautiful. I switched to making the filling. The salesperson at the cosmetics counter later concluded. Kiss with Justin, he doesn't agree with me. Going to work forced me to isolate myself from society. Turn me into a captive bird. Gradually I turned from an extrovert. Should be quiet and tend to be selfish. I have no friend's source of side income. There is a moon outside because of work. Online is the translation that you receive. Come back to do more work or content for you. Some people are famous on social networks. If you don't think about it, stop thinking about it. I couldn't control myself and fell into tears. My eyes realized how cruel D was. No matter what. But when I'm alone, I myself cannot calm down. Looking back at my life over the years. Too bitter and close to everything. Future and expectations all vanish into foam. The broken sea is engrossed in negative thoughts. The sound coming from the TV made me startled. I turned my head back to the news that was reporting about a case involving a 13-year-old boy sexually abused an 8-year-old girl. Neighborhood because the child is not yet a minor. Cannot receive such severe punishment. Yet the little girl's life is full. The injuries never could. Han Heck's family announced the name of the place. Your directions and other information are missing. Youth on a social platform. They were fiercely attacked by the online community. Many people are even angry. Send wreaths and throw dead rats in front of the door. Someone at home said that doing that was too much for you. That child has true sin but still does not come. That level of resistance is even worse. Just let him be more negative. It is said that we have to float the soil in the river. The future is not good. I am silent. Listen from deep within your heart. A vague thought, suppose if I were. I will choose that girl's relatives. How to do this in principle? Are both correct? But the other person expressed his opinion. Angry out of pity, but they forgot. Losing one thing, how to ease the pain. It hurts for that little girl to make her gloat. We gloat over words of violence. But it was as unintentional as holding a knife and stabbing it straight. And that weak heart is even more timid. I wonder when that girl will have it. Can escape this terrifying psychological obsession. It's like something's messed up in my head. Until the message on the phone rang. When I grew up, I also regained people's emotions. It's Justin. He said hospital. Maria has a group activity on Saturday. And everyone must bring family members. Since we got married until now. Has never been led by her husband to any activities. Any move, and I know I don't know you. Who is he? So this time it's real. Which left me stunned before I could answer. I continued saying it was best for her to know. Know your body. Know your destiny. Dress neatly. Neat and beautiful. Don't make me lose my mind. I don't want to make myself lose face. But also didn't give me money to buy things. I had to spend my own money to buy things. For sports and bicycles. Go online and find them. Leave a reputable rental place now. After buying money. I don't really use it. Very wasteful for a poor person like Dan. Me time just goes by. Friday. Justin finally returned from his business trip. I threw a pile of dirty clothes in the washing machine. I fulfill my responsibilities as a person. Wife washes clothes and cooks for him. Quietly playing on his cell phone. Don't come in and complain that I'm a bad cook. Nor did he object that he was on a business trip. We have been working for so long that we are now like two birds sitting in opposite directions. A branch to protect him from the storm. It's just raging out there. After finishing eating, Justin left the room. The customer picked up a package of dried vegetables from the table. Turn it over and look. Did you send it to me? Yes, honey. My daughter joined a transmission company, specializing in advertising and reviewing food products. On TikTok he knows I like to eat worms, so bought a few packages and sent them to me because of it. Know my life in this husband's house. It's not that easy either. I said so. Justin asked me next. It is birth. Final year members must not have half a year remaining. Just graduated. But what are his plans? No. What do you mean? What do you mean by the words I said? Let me know if he wants to study further or something. Then tell him to go and earn money for his studies. This family has no money to support it. What other money have you lost over the years? It's quite a bit, and she's also risking it. Pay in installments. I'll laugh coldly if I say it now. Otherwise, husband and wife will have disagreements anyway. Then living and fighting again will only cause suffering. I ended up just throwing out one. You can rest assured that it won't take your money. It's best for you to know such things. So C's conversation ended even though it was real. Makes me frustrated and uncomfortable, but after all, it's still more pleasant than work. Justin talked about it almost all night. Days ago, because every time he had an attack. So I was either beaten or not. Torture is much more miserable. Almost as much as a night without a good night's sleep. The next day Justin and I woke up. Soon after that, I cycled to West Lake. When I arrived, about a dozen people were present. All of them are married couples. The young doctor and nurse brought along their lovers. I looked at them and they also looked at me with expressions. Theirs is like we don't. Not husband and wife, but like one. The same is true for people who quickly pick things up on the street. It's not too difficult to explain the problem. This is for Justin's first colleague. They didn't wonder when they saw me. It must be something too loud. It's almost 9 o'clock. Others. Tiger is present in there. Chief. Please, I'm not wearing any cycling clothes today. Regular car but colored sweatpants. Gray with a loose coat looks strong and extremely attractive. Can you go alone? Bring someone along. This makes the female doctors. I can't help but admire Dr. Brandon XH. I'm single again like this. If you don't go alone, then go alone. As soon as he finished speaking, there were several voices. Said not very confidently, rang out no. How could he still hide that he didn't want to give it to them? I know, right, beauty, last time. Come see me. Aren't you my girlfriend? With many other strong words. With these words she shrugged her shoulders and said no. If I have a girlfriend, I will take her. Come here to hide what everyone is doing. After saying nothing, he immediately rode his bike ahead. We went right after the stop. It is on the side of the lake that regulates the groups. Divided into me, Justin, and a couple. The nurse's husband is in a group where Brandon is staying. In a group there are 3 real single nurses. Out this outing for those. Everyone here is happy and full of energy. Only I feel tired because my period came. I couldn't. Stomach pain but also extreme nausea. It's like I'm stunned right now. It's uncomfortable to cycle more and more slowly. Pain. Inner shirt completely drenched with sweat. My body felt weak and I rolled my eyes. I couldn't hold it anymore and Justin couldn't stop. Shouted at the side to quickly get to the curb and be slow. No shame, as normally I would. Don't mind what he says, but the current situation does not allow me the permission to be patient anymore is in my mind. I started to have a bad thought. Trying to quickly pedal closer to Justin and get close to him. I myself kicked the rear of the car hard. He and I both fell down into the nest. Chickens on the side of the road made a resounding sound of shoulders touching. Along with everyone's screams. So mixed sounds. I fell down. Calf pain is terrible. I guess. Was a sprain, and on Justin's side. He fell. On the edge of the Belgian sidewalk. The steering wheel turned around and crashed into his mouth, causing some teeth to come out. Justin's mouth pushing blood looks quite scary. I'm not awake yet, I can't believe it. Look at the blood on his hand. Looked at me and then at Brandon and his friends. Karma is squatting in front of him. His is now so funny to me. Quickly turned his head away and tried to suppress his laughter. Voice about Brandon, he bent down to look. Then shook his head and said his tooth was broken. How many broken bones did she have to have eyes? Ah, if you come at me. You woman has no brain. Just be stupid enough to leave it to others. Stupid again. The more I scolded, the more I lost tea. The owner of those who have no eyes or mouth to look at. Funny story before Dewey. Only Brandon was. No. She pulled Justin's expression. Stop. Don't talk anymore. Stay at the hospital. I also have no expression on my face. Brandon didn't respond to anything. Turned back and asked me, are you okay? Bon. When our eyes met, I was a bit stunned. This question took a while to answer. It's okay to receive an answer. My words. Brandon turned around and continued. Walk with Justin, we are together. They returned to the hospital as soon as they got off. Car saw him in bad condition. As bad as this was. The security guard was also frantic. Run away crazy. Press the elevator to take you to the department. Molars and I were assigned by Brandon. Let a nurse take you to clean the wound. And bandage the wounds. I couldn't help but scratch the first time I came here. Stunned by the splendor of luxury. This hospital is an international hospital. According to British standards of facilities. Materials are advanced in the operating area. Lang has an introduction sign hanging on the handle. The excellent set I originally just glanced at. Let's go. But in the end, take the right step. Stop because Brandon's picture in his photo smiled slightly, suppressing his arrogance. Arrogant looks extremely beautiful and mysterious. His calendar is very long. 1989 studied medicine at Harvard and gained work experience. Working at the hospital there once contributed. In major surgeries in neurosurgery was invited back. Working as director of a private hospital. In the U.S. He is also a young associate professor. There are also a number of other upper prizes. Side table scene L photo taken by Justin. Along with a few other nurses on the side. Lowe revealed a smile and his hair was coated with essential oil. Shoulders slightly bent forward though. Very neat, but if placed side by side. Invitation scene, it's really like that. A slave sings a sad song to his master. Yours. So after the nurse finishes bandaging me, I didn't go back to Justin's hospital room. Go out to the corridor and watch from above. Go down and carefully look at the flower garden of all kinds of colors. The color is blooming. I don't know when. Was behind me his voice though. Not big but still startled me. I turned back to look at him. His eyes were very bright. Even though it's hidden by glass. It's still clearly visible. I don't know why, but I really like the eyes. This feels like it can see through everything. What are other people's thoughts? You asked me. Why are you standing here in that air? It's so stuffy. Come here and take a breather. Feel more comfortable than the wound. Does it hurt? Yes. But I still endure it. Follow me. Like a charm, I don't ask. Let's see where Brandon takes me when he leads me. I arrived in front of a room. Then I just found out that LH took me to the office. My office is not too large. But behind the wooden door is one. The room is very large with full amenities. Like bed, TIA, air conditioner, bathroom even. There are even cool chairs, so don't step in. Tell me to rest first. No need. Actually, I'll just stay here and wait for me to film. Then said. After speaking, he went out around 5. When he returned, he brought a bag with him. Comes with women's personal belongings. It's a warm stomach bag and a bottle of red sugar water is prepared for you. Didn't give me any explanation at all. After giving me the words, he left, leaving me sitting there with a bunch of thoughts. Chaos constantly runs within. Take a few sips of red sugar water first. With a warm compress on my stomach I dream. I hesitated for a while and then fell asleep. This sleep lasts so long that I don't guess how long it takes. I only knew that when I opened my eyes, it would be heaven. It's almost dark and everything is quiet. The noise made me speechless for a bit. Scared and quickly walked out just in time. See the white shadow moving. I couldn't help but scream in front of myself. Up 1. I admit I am not. What a strong person. Even afraid of ghosts. So the expression at this time is not exaggerated. There is nothing but the white shadow in front of me. Seeing me so frantic, he frowned slightly and said, why don't I let him make any noise? The lights are also. Don't turn on anything to scare others. Why do you still have a stomach ache? It's okay. Then I glanced at him and then around again. Absent-mindedly asked the bastard if it was my husband. Where is he? He's not with you. He went first and was afraid she wouldn't get enough sleep. That's why I didn't call her. When I woke up, was he afraid I wouldn't get enough sleep? I'm afraid he never mentioned it. Come a word about me, I know, Brandon. Saying that is probably because you're afraid I'll be embarrassed. I don't know where to find a hole to crawl into. The corner of his mouth curled up into a small smile. I do not expose white lies. His cheek nodded and said, thank you for doing. Help me, I'm going here, okay, waita. Little Brandon stopped me, then walked forward. Small table in front of the sofa holding a bottle of wine. Shake shake, see, want to drink some show? I drink a glass when I'm very thirsty. Wine tastes as sweet as sugar. In addition, this wine seems to be good. Is not heavy for people who are. When I get my period, it's like I don't have anything. It affects me too much, so I don't either. Few people care enough to drink several glasses at once. Until your face gets a little hot. Vision started to become blurry at that time. Brandon also just decided to stop me. We left the hospital together. After greeting the security guard, he turned around, asked me if I wanted to go home too. Me. Take her home. No need. Help me. This whole day has cost too much. It's your time. It's okay. It can also be considered that we are familiar with each other. If you know, helping each other is normal. There's no need to be polite to me. I was about to say it again, but then I suddenly realized. I recognize it every time I stand in front of the man. This guy's death aura makes me feel it. I feel pressured to say what I want to say. Come out choked in the throat. Throated towards him knowing I wouldn't agree. He wanted to let me take him home. So he stood together. On the side of the road waiting for a taxi. I didn't mention it. Any other problem? Wait a while, CP also. When I arrived, I opened the door and sat down as politely as possible. Looked up at him and said goodbye. At this time, he took off his blue and white shirt. The person also did not wear a coat or shirt. White shirt with 2 hidden top buttons. Appeared captivatingly at that moment. I realized before that I really was. I didn't know him at all when I met him. The cafe was my first look. Seeing that, what kind of emotions did he let on? It's like we've known each other for a long time. I confess that if it were before, if I met you first, Justin would definitely me. I will not ignore you. I will pursue you. But you are also lucky with your current fate. He was strong enough to beat me, to keep me awake and force me. Must face the truth that all. What I just thought of is absolutely. Delusion is silly, is crazy my work. What you need to do now is not to fall in love. Crazy is living and dying for love. But I have to. How to ruin Justin and live in suffering. Some time ago I thought a lot. Long about what is important to Justin. The most important thing. But after thinking about it, I still think. Don't understand the problem, but today when entering Maria, she saw it all with her own eyes. I just discovered what he cares about. The mind is neither I nor I. Mistresses are not even parents-in-law. I am your current position. He currently holds the position of manager in the hospital because there are shares this, making him both famous and rich. So he always seems arrogant and self-centered. Believe it if it weren't for me and Justin wanting it. Special contact, I'm sure he was. Tear me into pieces and throw them away as one cheap piece of shit. Then, just like that, I was lost in thought. Think until you get home and receive it. Justin's text said his parents were tomorrow. What do we do with his cousin in a few? My friend is coming to my house for dinner. He asked me to go to the market to buy real things. Fresh and delicious, and of course it's just me. Also have to prepare meals that Brandon prepares. My first feeling after reading this message is just infuriating. To the point of wanting to find a punching bag to pretend to be angry. I don't understand why his family suddenly died. But for what purpose do you want to come here? Want to plan something when I and Justin was together and that picture was not liked. I already should when we get married also. There's no hidden wedding at all. It's just a small party. Until now, they haven't come here once in 3 years. Because they don't want to see me. I want to see my face. That's right. The head is indeed a bit uncomfortable, but I understand this is my choice. Since I stepped into this cage, I have show peace, show understanding, and be one. Obedient people. Sooner or later I will just have to leave this miserable place. Is that now is not the time yet? When I have to take revenge, I have to make them accept it. Take the suffering that I must. After a few days of being away from the owner, Justin also returned and I glanced at him. Right now, his mouth is still swollen. His handsome face was bruised like a female. Dumpling's eyes narrowed the more he looked. The more he felt. When I say it's funny, it's a bit heavy, but in the end it is what it is. Something he has to accept because of life. Someone said, if you leave, you have to have me back. Suffered beatings from him. Also have to experience the so-called pain. Sharp but suddenly thinking. Justin asked me if I didn't have any more slippers at home. I don't have it. I don't know how to buy it. What have you been doing at home these past few days? Queen, I won't give you any money. Where can I get the money to buy a few pairs of sandals? If you can't buy it, why bother if it's just right? Well, you are the economic pillar of all things. You should have done this. Right? I calmly responded to Justin's vile words. Anger is like a cobra. He gritted his teeth and cursed. Cursing and grimacing. You kicked the basket and hit the fork and went back to your room to look. Following his shadow. I don't care. The mind doesn't even bother to clear its thoughts for a moment. Also take a lot of salt, pepper, anise and chili. Remove. Into the pot of stewed meat. Add vegetables and taste the fruit. It's both spicy and salty. Making sure it's authentic. It's a meal that's hard to forget. Okay, until 11 o'clock. My parents have the same last name as Justin. Also came. I smiled hello them, but no one even glanced at me. What is Justin's having pulled the corners of his mouth up a? It's so light that I thought it was light. You are everything but not me. Prepare to close the door from the hallway. On the right immediately appeared 2 figures. Familiar. One is Brandon and one. The other person is Justin's girlfriend. Women I've seen in court. See our house. She wore a dress today. Tight wool black coat and high heel boots. Black hair tied back with makeup. Boldly and intentionally revealing 2 colored hickeys. Dark red on the white neck like. Wanted to provoke me and show off. I know that my husband has been with me these past few days. Her and how to serve her me. I knew my mother-in-law hated me. But no. Unexpectedly, she was so blatant that she was in front. My face and my family were openly concerned. And take care of my husband's girlfriend and me. The main thing is considered no different than helping. It's like I heard my mother right now. I told her to clean up this job. How are you? Are you having a hard time? Why? Looks like she's gotten thinner. Yes, I have. A little, but I can endure it. But Uncle worked so hard for me every day. Where to build a career outside? It's like Justin's wife only knows how to hide. At home, he is a useless, incompetent parasite. Don't say that. Ellie Toy doesn't go to work but still take care of things at home. Cooking, cleaning, and going to the market are hard work. It's no different. Uncle that told him to come in. That's why people go out to do business. When wandering around, he just sticks to the rice cooker. Acting like it's so miserable. I wish Justin would have married me that year. How good would that be? Is it now? Have you had enough leisure time? Uncle, you and me. Justin is a thing of the past. You guys. What can it be? Why can you rest assured that Uncle is there? Here, Uncle Bun replied that we only need you. Being with Justin more than anything. Anything is fine. Yes. Oh Chloe. Hearing my mother say that made me gasp. Smiling, eyes flashing with happiness. I looked at that scene and didn't even bother to say anything. Turned around and went into the kitchen to get the bowl and chopsticks. Put it on the table. A moment later, Justin turned around, back to his swollen face. Making everything a mess. Especially. Chloe rushed over to destroy the body. The whole sky is falling on his head. Is this really painful? Is it being carried out to carry meat anywhere else? Justin blocked the hand that was reaching out to touch. I frowned and said, don't touch it. Painful. I can hear Justin's words. I didn't dare to cough anymore and sadly went home. Justin's aunt's chair felt stuffy. I was suffocated, so I enthusiastically searched for a story. Fun to tell. Whoever expected it didn't do it. Let people become happier, but also causing my mother-in-law to angrily yell at her. It's like that. How can you still laugh? Why, Auntie? Try looking at yourself and see what you can do. What's the point? Fixed job. All day long. Makeup or makeup. If not, I have to rely on my husband's small amount of money. If you give it, you can only get by so far. I'm not really lazy and useless now. Go to work. Why do you just want the atmosphere? Just a little more comfortable. That's all. If you don't care, you'll laugh and look around. Is it like that? Yes. You are wonderful. Then she worked at the tax office and earned money. So much money, but have you ever? Please give me a coin, not many times I ask you. Please give me a job as a housekeeper inside. But even if you ask, you still want to go there. Making others lose face is wanting to eat. Happy and happy. Why didn't you worry about studying in the past? Onion. Go my mother-in-law. Toy is a civil servant. Water, but Mrs. Key's words cursed. Very blunt and without any respect. Who really did I see her scolding? Forgetting like that is a bit harsh and excessive. It's terrible, but I'm not foolish enough to be greedy. Participating like that is like jumping in the sea of fire. Was lucky. Finally, Justin was also. Speak up and break up the argument. You can have a fire. Then you can eat and eat whenever you can. If they don't make fun of each other, they will also criticize each other. Come up to show off everything you can't see. If you're tired, why do you worry about your body? Do you need me to talk about your story? My mother-in-law scolded her son, but her eyes were closed. Looked at me again with disdain. That made him speechless and did not dare to speak. Which sentence I understand he wants to let me. Self-generation and self-destruction before the coming waves and winds. Then sure enough, that's right for a few seconds. Then suddenly Chloe pretended to turn and ask. Sister Ellie and brother Justin got married. It's been 3 years already. 2 participants. Plan to ever have children. We are still considering this. I haven't come to a specific decision yet. So I'll say something. Hey, don't be angry with me. Actually, me too. I understand that you still want to be free and beautiful. Still want to wear gorgeous clothes. Tight waist, of course, this is normal. Usually, but I think you should still think. Give Justin and the 2 of you a little. Justin is the only child and his parents are both old. Now if there is a child to have fun with. That's great. I understand and thank you. Chloe was interested in the couple's affairs. I emphasize the following 2 spouses. When she responded, she also turned her head to look. Sang sometimes smiled and asked him to help me. Asked Dr. Brandon, by the way. There's a Dr. Brandon here, can you tell me? An impotent man can have children. No expression on his face. Change multiple emotions in 1 second. I was surprised and a little disappointed. I saw it. You are stupid and don't know how to answer that. Finally, I hesitated about this. Don't hesitate. Just take it as advice. I should go see a doctor if I can walk or not. It's better than a word spoken through your mouth. Can't decide anything. So why? Yes. You should really go get me examined. Brandon nodded in response to a no. Other than that, it's ironic for Justin. Let him get mad and raise his hand. Hit me hard. I thought. I will have to endure this slap. To him. At this moment, the other man quickly grabbed his arm. My husband stops everyone else. Also started making noise to my mother-in-law. Without hesitation, I turned to my father-in-law and said, I told you a long time ago, it just is. An uncultured child with moldy chopsticks and lipstick trays. I married Justin just because I saw him. Just put money into this house's assets. The child of a salesperson without a degree. Uneducated, go out to reveal it. Being my daughter-in-law is really bad. Tiger finished saying these words to my mother-in-law. Turning to talk to you is really embarrassing. Please don't pay attention to this joke. Just consider it a maid. My mother-in-law's disparaging words were. Once you hear the familiar word, practice it to the level of realization. The preposition from one ear is released into another ear. So I don't feel like I have to feel sad. Crying at all is basically not worth it. Worthy and perhaps the carelessness of those. I was like adding fuel to the fire. So my father-in-law was also angry with him. Impersonate a guest and keep it a bit polite. My mother-in-law snorted coldly and glared at me. Burn the skin and burn the meat. Pick up the piece of beef and throw it away. Into the bowl, but just brought it to her mouth. Again angrily shouted at me. Do you know how to cook? No. This is for you. How do you know how salty the dish is? I probably overdid it. Mom, I sympathize with you. Do you understand why I told you about her? When I got married and came here, I didn't have to work. Then obediently know what to do. Do the housework well, and if there are guests at home, you have to hurry up and do anything. Be careful not to act like you are. The owner of this house is a type of person like you. If the maid can't finish it, she can do it. What? I'm sorry, I said in a low voice. Also bent down and sat there quietly. I shouldn't say the opposite. I feel like she's gloating for the sake of it. Achieve is more correct than my mother-in-law. More and more, women want to show off their prestige. My rights are for everyone, so don't be silly. Afraid to throw in the plate of beef with wine sauce. My people, useless woman attached. That voice was when my body got stuck. Pushed the plate, sauce also fell to the broken floor. When I finished, I was startled and looked at my giant mother-in-law. Chest began to rekindle my anger. I knew she hated me. But I didn't. I thought she would humiliate me terribly. This is especially true in front of you. Of Justin, in front of guests and people. Other than that, my hands clasped together and I didn't speak. Whatever the atmosphere in the room is because of it. That action of my mother-in-law happened. Time seemed to freeze for the mother-in-law. I continued to curse me for being useless. Then it's best to get the hell out of here. I don't care about that kind of person. So I felt a lump in my throat as I tried to speak. Speaking of her, it suddenly happened at this moment. Brandon stood up again and walked towards me. Frowned, looking at the stains on his shirt. I took a tissue from the table and gave it to me. I wiped it, then turned to tell my mother. My husband has this beef dish with wine sauce. You see, I can eat, but the pain is as bad as you said. Chloe intervened in your secret and had a problem. Isn't it? It's very salty. Look. How come Brandon is your uncle? My husband. No wonder you're with her. Let's go to my house and gloat together. Look at me being humiliated. What a first-rate bet. That's how I thought he was. Nice guy. Staring at the couple. Her lips are missing half of her lipstick. Smiling coldly and looking closely at her. It was really worth it. I love the chubby face and fuck how look. My mother-in-law likes to have charm. And hot body like Justin. Wishing that they could be together again. Come together. So hear my laughter and look in my eyes. She looked over with disdain. Without hiding, it seems to want to be sarcastic. I add a little more, but right now. Came from my bedroom. The loud noise made me panic. Followed by Justin and the scene. The score is really messy in front of me. Fell to the ground and broke into pieces. The drawer was pulled out of all the fish furniture. My victims were all blown up. Even some photos of me with tea. Being cut into impossible pieces. Controlling my anger, I glared. Look at Tom, my husband's daughter. I can't wait to rush over and slap him. My husband's family really has all kinds. Some people are criminals and some are innocent. Human morality is insidious to humans. Stupid and intelligent humans also. Children are not taught to be kind. If I touch it, they will. I would say I'm an adult and accept it. If I just leave it alone. It's a child. If they don't have anything, they will be trampled on even more. When I come up, I consider myself a dirty puddle. Frantically hurling obscenities and words. Humiliation endured everything until the next afternoon. When Brandon was with Chloe and his family. Aunt Justin also called me when my father-in-law returned. Justin went out to the living room to talk to him. I never lost control like my wife. On the contrary, Min-gi spoke very slowly. Today my parents came here because they wanted something. Tell me yes, you hear me, I am a smart person, so we don't. Again. The first thing is you. Justin, get divorced as soon as possible. Avoid making the night too long. Hearing these words, I unconsciously glanced at them. Looked at Justin, but he didn't react. Any response is correct. A person like, even though he is over 30 years old, he still snuggles up. Their mother's dress said a word, then he. Hearing a sentence, I absolutely did not dare to argue. I took a deep breath and asked again. Father-in-law, I can tell you why. Do you want us to divorce? Father-in-law? I didn't answer me but continued talking. The second thing is that my father gave it to me. Someone else rented this house. So please, pack your things and leave here in a few days. The tenant will move in. Don't linger. To make us lose face. They told me to move out alone. I didn't include Justin in the end. They have also stripped off their false facade. When I go down, they don't want to act with me. I too is that they openly accept the ministry of. My son kicked me like a bag. I didn't see what I said to my mother-in-law. At this time, he continued in a cold voice. I said, from the beginning, you and Justin weren't. It's not appropriate, but she's stubborn. I don't listen to you, insist on confronting us. This outcome is not cruel at all. I know you don't like me, but all these years I haven't. Stop trying, is that not enough? Let mom feel a little better. Touching her heart, she looked back at herself. See if she has anything worthy of it or not. Are you worthy of this house or not? I don't say much more. Divorce is divorce. I'll give you 2 days to get your stuff out. No matter where that house comes. It's the same. Don't try to divide real estate. Money. Antique cars. I don't have a penny. I won't go. There's no way you can move out. Other than that, everyone had the guts to kick me out. Outside like that. Done with a good reputation. The virtue of my husband and children comes here to dad. Mom does this without fear of outsiders looking in. They laugh, or what if the agency? Justin learned about his wife's parents' work. What do people think? Here my father-in-law no longer has patience for him. Frown, so now whatever you want. I just agreed to divorce and set the conditions. Son. No conditions needed. I said it. I don't want a divorce, so let's not go. My kiss with Justin was not a happy one. Fuck County punched and ate sticky rice and didn't have much. What happened in the past also happened. Is the past, the important thing is to direct. Going forward, I'm still young. Who knows? This can find a real person. More suitable for me than their family. My father-in-law said every word clearly. Slowly but hidden deep within it possible. I saw that the atmosphere had become tense. If it were anyone else, I'm sure they would nod. I agree. But I'm different. I haven't been able to get revenge yet. So I won't. There is such an easy thing to do. I said. I see the present of their lives. I'm very good and my husband makes a living. Voice in the hospital. Parents are also. State officials really make me admire them. I admire and am proud that I have never been dissatisfied. There are no big requirements whatsoever. Before my father-in-law's answer, I smile, but the anger doesn't. Unable to hide it anymore. He frowned. Even though Justin still didn't dare to speak at the end. My mother-in-law spoke sarcastically to her. I also know that my family has order and status. So, try looking at yourself. Is there anything worthy of it since that day? Marry her and feed her and my sister. Learning each of them is more than enough. Don't do it. But fantasized about selling it for more money. Money as well as relying on relationships to ask for it. Work for me. From what I heard, my parents really wanted it. I'll chase you away. Okay then. Please also allow me to mention the following assets. When married, it is the common property of both spouses. Husband, if you and Justin are now separated. After marriage, all assets are in his name. Everything will be divided in half. Including the number of shares. His part. Maria Hospital K out there. That's also a very big number. Right. Or not. Mom said this and I raised my eyes to look at her. Husband smiles gently if mother agrees. When dividing property, I also agree to divorce. Kiss at his blatant suggestion. I was so angry that my mother was so angry. His eyes gritted his teeth as he looked at me. Yelled at her. Don't let the elephant claim her. From the time we got married until now. Everything is. My son goes to work and she doesn't collect anything. Get a dime and here and now boat. Why did you set the division of assets so high? Through marriage and family. Property is distributed. Children born after marriage are common property. Mom and dad are state civil servants. I think. Is such a simple rule. Parents must know. The mother-in-law was so angry that she choked with hatred. I can't rush in, grab my hair and hit me. Give me a match, but at that time. Dad. My husband quickly stopped him. Unlike my wife, she has no thoughts. Snapping, but otherwise it's no different than one. The old fox spoke very calmly. Law is our law. It doesn't have to be that complicated anyway. Also a family member for 3 years. We also have to respect each other and drag each other to court. Beg for people to laugh at Ellie. Tell me how much you want now. 200 million or 300 million according to my guess every dividend. Justin's year in Maria profit is about 3 billion monthly income in the hospital. And working outside must also be more than 100 million. The total salary of my husband's parents is also a few tens of millions, not to mention real estate. They gave me 300 million. Not a very large number. If they want me to take it and get out of here. Don't mess with them anymore. Honestly, it's about money. Everyone loves it, but I told you the problem. My present is not ghee money. At this point, I also smiled and said if my parents do not agree to divide assets. So that's it. Hey, Mom, Dad, please tell my husband to move. Maria's part is passed on to the next child. Will that lead to divorce? Nonsense, are you dreaming? My words were completely irritating. Justin's house, he gritted his teeth and stood up. Grabbed my hair with his big palm and slapped me. I fell down in my blood with a fiery splash. Down on the floor, his mother saw me being beaten like. So he quickly stopped and advised his son. Don't move your hands and feet like that. The court is very unfavorable to you. Beat me to death. Also, a brainless woman. Dare to think about things that are not. Mine can immediately move the brain. Think today's times are not the same. In the past, women's human rights were not protected. There. I heard these words from my mother-in-law. I smiled faintly and rubbed my palm. Mom, let's reduce the killing. They are angry. But you also know that I'm not easy to bully. It's like you also have a brain to think. Bare feet are not afraid of people wearing their shoes. Shoes are classy. I'm barefoot. That's what makes them touch me, and they don't know what my intentions are in them. I don't know. I'll lose my mind. What do you still remember when we finished? Kissed her and told Justin not to cause trouble with it. When it's blunted, it's really good. Because now she still remembers the seizures. The boy came back and my father-in-law was patient. Let me remind you that the shares in Maria belong to you. Justin cannot transfer it to someone else, so I have nothing to say. No more. I don't agree to divorce at all. After speaking, I returned to the same bedroom. Like my battlefield, the door is locked tightly. Let one family and the other 3 be crazy. Neither is crazy, cursing and disparaging. Sad to clean up. The whole person lay down. Bed helplessly facing the pain. Like my father supplemented before meeting Justin the first did. Cosmetics salesperson at the shopping mall. Shop since I was 18 years old and graduated from high school. Until the age of 24 in those 6 years every day. I also wear very delicate makeup and wear dresses. Short and thick. Laughing and talking to the point. Smile has been trained to become a successful smile. Although the job is quite tiring. Tiring and time-consuming, but stole my mind. Because of fate, there are many customers. Tree loyalty is exceeded every month. 20 minutes, so the salary at that time was me. Received is not an understatement. How is that enough for me and my brother to give birth? Live and enough for me to save. Get a little, but any job has the opposite side of it. Many people support me, so do I. I don't know how many times I was scolded. Legs ache. Hold it while standing on paper. High heels for a whole day and I still have it. Is the only one. Please work all day from early morning to late night when the center trade is closed. I don't know how many times the door has passed on me. The night road is dark and dark in front of me. Could not clearly see him staring at. I made me feel like I was falling in. A dark life with no end. Is it really tiring for Justin's family? Never cared about my hard work. Do they look at everything about me with dignity? Contemptuous and condescending to the Lord they want to chase away. I left this house but there was no way. So easily their family in the end will also be ruined. I just need to follow her pace is the luckiest goddess. If you decide to favor me, you will definitely do it. Those worthless people must pay price. So I lay down and rested for a long time. In the end, I didn't know I was sinking in. Since when do I only know when I sleep? Woke up the next day, the sun was shining brightly throughout the city, signaling it's a really beautiful day. Justin no. Even at home, my husband's parents also left the house. The room sinks into silence, bringing a feeling extremely comfortable and makes me feel good. State of cleaning up the mess of yesterday finished. The clock stopped. After 10 hours, I plan to cook for myself. Bowl of noodles. The doorbell rang again. Up and then unexpectedly someone came. It's Chloe at my house. She's leaving today. Alone still looks like a lady. That majestic and luxurious look is very natural. Come into my house, sit down on the sofa. She doesn't put on a flattering appearance like yesterday. On the contrary, he was overbearing. It's like the homeowner looked around. Said, Sister Ellie, we talk. Just a moment. It seems very important. That's why you took the trouble to come here. Sister, stop acting like we are no one. Whoever I like here is just me and you. Tearing the piece of paper is very popular with me. Why'd I have so much free time to do drama? I don't have much time. To that extent, if we don't act, we don't. If you're calculating and scheming, why don't you? She agreed to divorce Justin. You know that he doesn't love his sister at all. Love is me. We are each other. Ah, you two talk a lot. Too, so what? Yes. But that's your business. Does that have anything to do with me? Miss Chloe? I feel she is not suitable to give birth. It's not a bit disappointing. So instead of just doing it, you should sit in my position. Stay in your current position and be a third person. Such no reputation and no shame. Suits her a lot. My sister. What should I say? It's too much. She showed off a strong and rebellious look towards Kwang. Let anyone look at me and tell her who you are. Justin loves me. Justin's parents love me too. Your relatives are on my side. Her close sister, the aunt, alone thinks of her. Can you resist everything? Why does your sister cling? Are you clinging to him to save him money? I don't feel ashamed or humiliated. Very elegant. Why are you cursing yourself? Think about it. I'm your legal wife. Him because I spend his money is perfectly suitable. Nothing wrong with it. It's humiliating. But sometimes she is. That's different.